welcome back to House Draft here with this blue-white aggressive build. This is not a mulligan. I mean, balance is a little bit awkward. Perhaps we shouldn't be running balance, but Savannah Lions is going to help. Parallax Wave is good. We've managed to not play ourselves against Alex. His beginning of combat step. He's welcome to it. Ooh, nice little 3-drop. Obviously not casting balance on turn 2 unless my opponent runs out something insane. What could he do? Black Lotus into... Oh no, wait! That was so mean. Ooh, Mox into something. Okay. Some kind of black-green reanimator? Ooh, some kind of black-green sword of protection from your deck. Don't like the sound of that. One little bit. Wish we'd picked up one of those tempo blue bounce spells now. Gonna play the island. I can still run out Paladin next turn. But this way, I can also get my Cryptic on should I need to. For some reason. What's this? Oracle of Muldiah. I doubt he'll trade that with my life. Ooh, Living Death on top. That's good to know about. Living Death exchanges creatures in play with creatures in the yard. Start by getting in there. If he blocks, I don't think I balance. Though balance gets sort of 2 of his lands here. Though I have to discard a load of cards from my hand, so it's probably not worth it. Then just run out the Paladin. If he equips, that's awkward, but he's only gaining 3 life. He's got Arbor Elf on top. He can Living Death, just to wrath the board. I would be fairly unhappy if he did that. I've got no more gas in hand. But I imagine he wants to Living Death to reanimate her some insane stuff, which I can then hopefully balance away. He's thinking about something. Does he have a shuffle effect that he wants to, so he can play a land off Oracle? He gets to play a lot of lands with Oracle in play, so Balance's ability to destroy lands might not be irrelevant in a few moments. Cryptic looking a little bit awkward in our hand right now, but not too awkward. We might be able to get it on turn 5. He could just equip and pass, but then we can play Parallax Wave, exile... Ooh, can we... No, we can't then exile the Oracle because of Sword. It's annoying. He plays multiple creatures, doesn't equip. We can play Parallax Wave, get rid of all his creatures, smash in for 4. Put him on a 3-turn clock, 4-turn clock. I can count. He's thinking about something over there. He's decided to play Garruk. That's annoying, but Parallax Wave can kind of deal with the 3/3 beast he's going to make with that. Stillmoon's probably good against him, but I feel if I just go Wave, exile both his creatures, that puts him in a slightly awkward spot, because he didn't equip the sword, he then has to equip the sword to his next beast. Which I can then wave in response to the equip. And so while I want to be getting down more creatures and putting more pressure on, I feel like getting rid of his beasts and getting in there is going to be pretty useful. And then I can use Cryptic to bounce my own wave so I can replay it later, which again, extremely useful. Ooh, do I want to kill Garruk? Yeah, I want to kill Garruk. Completely didn't realise that I should be killing Garruk there. In straight up attacking him, he's got a Garruk mode. F2 in case he goes to equip. You going to equip? Please equip. Die. I mean, now my fading's pretty slow, but that took up his turn, and if I get a land, like I said, I can bounce my own wave. So this is if you can't sacrifice it, so it's still a couple of turns away from happening. Let's start by getting in there. He's got Living Death in hand, so it's worth playing around that to an extent. So, what do I want to play here? Just go land, go. He doesn't have a land in hand anymore, but he does have Living Death. So his hand is Living Death, 1 unknown. So I feel like he's casting Living Death next turn no matter what happens. And I now... It's not when the last is removed, it's if you can't, isn't it? Fading. The way mode of work, permanent fading, end slab, end fading up slide. Moved. if a fade counter can't be removed. So I do get one more turn to find an island for Cryptic. So I probably don't want to use the last fade encounter to get back Wake Thrasher. The only thing he's getting back off this Parallax Wave right now is an Arbor Elf and an Oracle, right? Yeah. So against this Arbor Elf Oracle, I get back Wake Thrasher. I then untap 4 permanents. Wake Thrasher becomes a 5/5. He then can't block with anything. But if I go with that plan, assuming he Living Deaths, if I go with that plan, I then can't top deck an island to play Cryptic. So that's what I'm considering, if you're interested. So I'm sitting here just literally thinking about this one decision. And sipping tea, obviously. What are my chances of drawing an island next turn? I don't think I've got really enough blue sources in the deck to rely on that. So I'm going to play Wake Thresher and then hope to get in there with a giant Wake Thresher next turn. If he plays Living Death, I exile my own Wake Thresher with Parallax Wave. Shit, no, that doesn't work at all. Wake Thresher's still a 1/1 next turn. Shit. Because it untaps, then upkeeps, then draws. I could let my guys die, and then... But then playing the Wake Thresher was stupid. I could let my guys die, and then balance away his guys. No, I think I'm just going to take a Paladin with me to the next life. Sorry, Wake Thrasher. Completely misjudged that. Failed to think this far ahead. Ugh. Draw an island, I'll be annoyed. Just saying. Parallax Wave goes away, all the things come back. Top of his library is an overgrown tomb. Didn't draw a plane, so worth it. Sort of. So definitely attacking with the Paladin. Paladin doesn't have haste. Ugh, played that horribly. And then I'm just going to play this Illumined Cavalier, which can fly in there for quite a lot of damage. Cryptic, not really working out just now, but yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So he's got to play a lot of lands this turn. Ugh, he gets to play a stupid Grave Titan. Wow. I can't even balance to get rid of it, because my creatures are all alive. They all have pro-black, to be fair. So that's useful. But I think him having a ton of zombies... Yeah, then again, if he plays Grave Titan, I can fly in there with Stillmoon Cavalier for... a non-irrelevant amount of damage. 3. If I draw an island, I can fly in there for 3 and hold back Cryptic. I'm slightly annoyed about the way I played that Parallax Wave. Probably shouldn't have exiled the Paladin. I didn't realize it didn't have haste. He takes 2 off the Overgrown Tomb to play... No, he can't play Titan yet. He can't play Titan until next turn. What is this? Okay, something big. Something massive. Can't balance that away either. There's the Basalt Monolith to go with our lack of stuff. Feeling pretty dead here. I attack Khan with Paladin. Probably doesn't block, though he might. His Oracle's kind of done its thing. Must be his Grave Titan's on the top of his library, so I can't even make him discard it with balance. Not so I can make him discard it with balance anyway. No, he takes it. That's interesting. So I can't exile a permanent, but he's kind of fine with that. So he's just going to exile a card from our hand, so we're going to keep the Basalt Monolith in hand. And pass the turn. Yuck. And he's got a removal spell on top. Useful. I didn't do anything this turn. Yeah, I played that Parallax Wave horribly. I'm not sure how different the game would be if I'd played it differently. Certainly wouldn't have had the Oracle and the Arbor Elf. Khan would have been a turn slow.